G'day, I'm Stephen Travers. I started doing 10-minute a day daily drawing exercises for a series of videos I was making on just that. What I didn't realize I was doing was setting myself up personally at the stage of my drawing journey that I'm at, of noticeable improvement, of reinvigoration of the drawing experience, and of other benefits that I just never thought would happen for me. Let me share with you 5 benefits that I can clearly see within myself and in my drawing that just 4 weeks, just 28 of these 10-minute drawings has clearly brought to me. But I'll let you look at me drawing while I tell you.
The first really very discernible benefit for me is how easy to start a drawing is when it's only going to be 10 minutes from start to finish, or maybe just a couple of minutes beyond that. Because suddenly all the pressure is gone, and with that, the procrastination of actually starting, the feelings of insecurity of what if this or that, or how will I navigate this, just don't matter, because it's going to be so quick that, look, worst case, I do it again and it's only another 10 minutes. And so I found that with these 10-minute drawings, I can sit down to start them first thing in the morning. I don't feel I need to warm up to the day or anything. And for me, practice at just starting rather than thinking about starting or all the reasons why it's good not to start just yet has been incredibly helpful. The second benefit that I've had is that drawing this way has given me noticeable confidence in my line work. Now, I don't just mean in the 10-minute drawings, because I kind of almost have no choice in those to draw briskly, very gesturally. But what I've noticed is that when I've drawn in between these 10-minute drawings, when I've drawn more typical drawings in my usual YouTube channel drawing style, that I actually have a lot of confidence in my lines that I feel I didn't have before. I'm not so worried about misplacing things or apprehensive. And I don't think it's that I've learned any more skills, but my mental attitude has changed. I've been able to shift to a place where the momentum in my thinking is that it's going to turn out rather than not. That's been tremendously helpful, and I think it actually introduces a greater vigor into my drawings, a greater liveliness. So that second one's been tremendously helpful. Now, thirdly, I think it's helped me to experiment a little bit. I've been drawing very much the same way for quite some time now. Well, for a couple of years, but maybe 1,000 drawings. And we do get very much into a pattern. We do get very much into a way we do things, particularly if it seems to work most of the time reasonably well for us. But with that, we can get into a rut. We can close off our mind to thinking in new areas and for new ways and new expressions. And again, I found that the fastness of the decisions I have to make and the difference that makes to how I do things has just given me different ideas in what I do, perhaps using the pen in different ways or creating effects in a different way, because I don't have the time to do it the way that I've settled into doing it over so many drawings. And again, experimenting with marks and creating effects is tremendously important for not just keeping our own interest up, but keeping our drawings looking creative, that they haven't been done to a pattern or a template, that they've not been done by rote learning, that there is a freshness and a thought that comes into each one of them. So that's been tremendously helpful. The fourth one, and this perhaps is the one that maybe you could anticipate would have happened, although I must admit it took me by surprise, was I've noticed that in my last few 10-minute drawings that I feel like I've actually developed a new gestural style of drawing. If not developed, I've taken it further, or I've begun to develop, might be a better way of thinking of it, a way of drawing that in my mind has a lighter, quicker feel, where I'm trying to capture more with less. And where I don't engage with some of the drawing aspects, particularly of value and of hatching and of detail, that I would have presumed I was going to do in that. And I think the fact that it encourages me to draw a little bit smaller scale, because in 10 minutes the length of the line makes a difference as to how long it takes. So drawing a little bit smaller has also helped me, or even forced me, to see things differently and to, as I said, develop a way of catching them that works for the amount of mark and line I can make in 10 minutes. So that's been, I think, perhaps one of the more interesting ones, and one of the ones I'll keep looking out for, a new way of capturing. And I didn't have to work it, I didn't have to plan it, think hard about it. It kind of just happened when certain ways of doing things were squeezed by the time constraint. So not letting the time blow out, even if we have nothing else to do, is really important. None of these benefits would have happened if I said, well, I'll try and do it in 10 minutes, but if I do it in 20 minutes, that's okay because I've got time. If that happens, I'll end up going back to my normal way of thinking, my normal habit of thinking. And while this wasn't designed to create a new style, it's been, I think, a tremendously helpful thing for my drawing practice to do it. And my fifth point, as I start to draw the Hotel de Ville, and look, if you've missed the video on any of these, if you find the photo of this drawing on a video thumbnail, then you'll be able to learn how I drew that and what I was trying to explain. This was the effect of detail in architecture. But the fifth point is that I've noticed a vastly increased efficiency in all of my drawing and drawing related activities, such as making videos, editing videos, because it's easier to start each morning with these 10-minute drawings. Half an hour after I've sat down, I can have a 10-minute video ready to load, and I'm warmed up for the day. I'm enthusiastic about drawing because it's been such a positive experience. It's left me wanting to draw more, even if I can't. And if I do want to draw more, then I can, and I can start right away. In some way, this has actually served to warm me up, even though it's not the purpose of the exercise. It's an added bonus for me, but a very, very tangible one in terms of my work productivity. It's not just that my hand-eye coordination is worked up, but my confidence is warmed up too, which all just leads me into the next thing without any hesitation, and I think for a better result. And it's, as I said before, keeping to the time has been so important, because it's that time pressure, which I think is the pressure that has squeezed me out of the mold I'd settled into in all aspects of drawing, from my thinking about it to the sort of interpretation I was trying to get of my reference, and to the sorts of marks I would then use to capture that interpretation. So tremendously helpful for me to help improve my drawing and my drawing experience, whatever level of drawing we're at. These quick 10-minute a day, everyday drawings can have tremendous benefit. G'day, I'm Stephen Travers. I hope this was helpful. Please hit the like button. But remember, I have a playlist of these 28 videos if you want to make it as easy as possible to give this method of developing drawing a go. But look, whatever you draw, however you draw it, in whatever time you draw, and however it turns out, make sure you have fun. I'll see you next video. Bye.